Телеканал 24 ДОК представляет.
I was kind of confused and frightened and concerned about what was going on in the world. I didn't understand the kind of violence in the schools, homes, communities and in the wider world. I wanted to try to make sense of that. And the only skills that I've got are those of a filmmaker. So I decided to make a film about peace, to answer some fundamental questions for myself, and then I realised there was no day of peace. And that's when I had my idea. Could I try to establish the first ever day of ceasefire and non-violence with a fixed calendar date, a peace day? After hundreds of meetings and thousands of letters trying to convince two governments to put forward a UN resolution establishing Peace Day, the UK and Costa Rican governments agreed to do it. It could now be voted upon by the leaders of our world. You know, to create a day of peace voted by every head of state in the world, you need to build a case for why the day could work. And what I learned when I travelled the world, that is, if we created a day of ceasefire and non-violence and wars stopped, then humanitarian activity would be able to take place. I.e., if you can stop the violence, then vaccinators can go into areas of conflict and vaccinate millions of children against polio, for example. And that's how, you know, we created the day. We proved that if we created it, then there were many practical benefits to its creation.
For one day, let's make sure that you don't fight, make a commitment, you know, for us to get into these villages so we can vaccinate kids.
Afghanistan. It's amazing. This was the one place people would say to me, ceasefire? Forget it. You think you can get the Taliban to stop? But here was a woman, sat on my mum's sofa, telling me they were going to try and mark Peace Day in the most volatile place on earth. You know, you can have a great idea and you can have a lot of people interested in it and you can have some financial assistance to be able to move forward. But one of the crucial elements is to be able to raise awareness of what you're doing. These incredible figures who the media are interested in become pivotal to being able to outreach to people in the world via magazines, newspapers, radio shows or indeed television. So without Jude's support, I don't think we would have had the momentum that we've had. He's travelled all over the world with me, as people will see in the film. He's been phenomenally supportive to me and to Peace One Day, and he has been a key player in our success.
Today, all over Afghanistan, there have been 82 separate Peace Day initiatives.
There were 280 million people involved last year. There will be well over 600 million people, you know, involved this year. The day is slowly becoming self-sustaining. Like Forgiveness Day that happened in Russia recently, you know, or Mother's Day. These days were ideas that then blossomed out and became generally accepted by everybody. And then as a consequence of that, people don't fight, women don't get hit, children don't get bullied. And we were talking about something fundamentally important, which every human being has an opportunity to participate in.